Well, good morning, folks. This is James again from a farm in Africa. I'm doing a quick update for you. There's a lot going on in the markets in general. So I wanted to, apart from the live streams, keep you updated with what's going on. Make sure to attend the live stream on Sunday. There's a lot of changes in the market, a lot of interesting factors that we need to consider regarding the rest of the year, basically going forward. So please make sure to join us on Sunday. But let's get straight into it for 5-minute précis on the markets. Now, the dollar has moved up to the top of its range again after bouncing down. Excuse the slightly hoarse appearance. It's 6 a.m. here. I've just woken up. I wanted to get this video out to you as quickly as possible. Dollar index has moved back up to the 200-day moving average, this time through it, but still pausing, hesitating at the top of the order block and that previous high. That was the place I indicated the dollar might get short. So keep that in mind. That level's still not defeated, which means a short dollar is still on the cards. With that having been said, this is one trade that I'm still in, reluctantly, but still there. We've broken above, this is the dollar yen. We've broken above the 78.6% fib, heading up towards that high. Rumors and threats of intervention by the Bank of Japan in cahoots with the Americans, extreme levels. And my position is starting to stretch a little to the high side. I don't manage my positions to the point where, I run into trouble. I'll be out of it or hedge before then, but it's nearing that point. I might have to hedge this one. Short this one. I'm aiming for the bottom of the channel on the dollar yen. And I think even though we've got a very dovish new prime minister in Japan, which has pushed this up. In fact, you can see how it gapped up when she was elected over there. And we've moved up ever since. But there is talk of intervention, and this cannot keep on moving up. There has to be some sort of intervention. So it's a relatively decent position, but it's not in trouble. But I will change it if I need to. I'm keeping an eye on people around me. There might be a door opening here and there on this farm. Now, so dollar index moving down. As you can see, dollar yen topping out, maybe. That's the one trade I've got on. And the other one is the Aussie. This is the only other trade I've got on. And I'm looking for this to break out through the top. Still holding at the 200-day moving average and the horizontal purple line. Within a much larger rising ascending wedge pattern with that big clear out after Liberation Day tariffs affecting the Australian dollar and the commodities markets, recovering beautifully. Loads of spikes below us though, indicating that there's proper buying support here for the Aussie. I think we should be up in the 0.7 region. Look at that twin bottom over there, tweezer bottom. We're back down there, just testing it just below that 200. This is the day chart on the Aussie. So I'm long on that one and short on the dollar yen. That's it. I'm not really particularly interested in currency plays at the moment. Let's have a look at what happened on stocks yesterday. Wow. 3.5% sell-off on the NASDAQ. Crashing down. Even with NVDA earnings the other day being fantastic. NVIDIA got a big rally 2 days ago. Crashed back down yesterday. NASDAQ down below, not quite down below support, but going to be there today if we don't manage to recover. We're just on support here, that previous swing low and the 100-day moving average. Can we recover, or is it going to be a free fall Friday, as my members in the group have asked this morning? And make sure to click on the links below the video and consider joining the private group. If you're running into trouble, these are the moments when you need guidance and advice. If you're running into trouble with your trades, spend a few dollars and come and join the private group, because it's going to help you and save you money. Or at least join this YouTube channel for $1 or $2, so that you get the members' videos once a week at least. So NASDAQ crashing down, S&P crashing down. So that forced me to hedge. You can see my long positions there on the NASDAQ. Hedged them all the moment we got down below the 50. Same on the S&P, long positions. Hedged them all the moment we got below the 50. And these are, they're not huge positions again, but they're decent positions. I managed to get out of them early and prevent that risk from dragging my account down. So I've now locked in a loss, but it's a small loss on each one of them, and I can decide what to do. If we move back up to that orange arrow on either of these or both of them today, in other words, we have a to the moon Friday, I will exit these hedges at break even. No gain, no loss. I could exit them now, take profit on these hedges if I wanted to, but I don't trust the market enough. So, no gain, no loss. I'll exit the hedges right there and there at the orange arrows and leave the longs to run. If we do that, I'm not saying we will. I unhedged the German 30 already, hoping for that to bounce out. This looks good. Quickly, let's scan out these charts. There's the German 30 at support. Right there, slightly, fractionally below. Granted, not looking good. I thought we might bounce out of there stronger yesterday, but there's still a chance. And then the S&P, for example, just getting back down to its 100-day. just below that horizontal support, but not below that last big swing low. So I'm remaining long, but hedged for now. If we can pull ourselves out of these pits with a bit of luck, I'll unhedge. Now, this is the Bitcoin chart. I want to point out very, very quickly. This is a 5-minute update. I've still got 2 very tiny long positions, having taken my entire profit of the move from 74,000 up to the top, unhedging, well, basically hedging as we move down, locking in profit at different levels. Not all of it, of course, because we had to move down to do the hedge. Moved down from 127, we're down at 86 now. So I've I've hedged, fully hedged on Bitcoin. I took all of that profit off. It started to rebuild now, a lot lower down than where I got out. So this is good news if you're looking to buy. If you're a perma bull on Bitcoin like I am, we're getting much cheaper prices. So look at the RSI, oversold on the day chart. Last time that happened, this is a 4-hour chart. This is important. Last time we got down to an oversold, and look where we are, 23 on the RSI. Last time we got that low was in February 25, and before that was in August 24, and then before that, all at the lows. So where are we today? This is the day chart, just testing that level. Is it going to be free fall Friday on crypto, or are we going to hold here? We'll find out in the next 4 hours or so. We might have a spike down through there, bounce up. Watch out for a dramatic reversal. Look at the RSI. So that's Bitcoin. I'm not going to go into all the rest, but they will follow suit. I have a long position on Ethereum, XRP, and Solana. You can see there's my Solana position. You can see my ETH and XRP all above us. These are my entry positions into my new, hopefully, long trade. I don't buy the story that it's all over for Bitcoin and that we're moving down. We could get down to 75. I don't think we'll get below 75. And we're not far from there now, actually. Only 10,000 to go. It sounds ridiculous. When Bitcoin I was trading at $20,000. If I said, well, it could drop another 10, only 10 to go, it's not far below us, you thought I was mad. Anyway, and I've got a whole bunch of the coins on. I'm going to leave that for Paul. Paul will be doing a live stream tonight, so make sure to join him on Bitcoin, altcoins, and that sort of thing. I'm not sure exactly what the schedule is, but if you want to know about Bitcoin and altcoins, join Paul today for a live stream on this channel. Links on the channel. Go to the homepage, find the link, make sure you're there, because these are going to be turnaround occasions. When these markets bounce, there's going to be massive interest, and I want to be long with the markets. I'm already long, but hedged. Now, let's have a look at metals. Not much to say, really. Thankfully, it's been very quiet here, and metals have not moved. Gold, certainly. Down a bit yesterday, up the day before, up, down, all around. This whole week, just in a very tight trading range. Silver looking a bit weaker than gold, moving down. Excuse me, but still above the trend line, looking for maybe a slight dip. I don't know which. I'm short on gold, long on silver, so which means I don't know what the hell's going on. That's basically a hedged position. I will try and get both in the same direction at some point. I'm also short on copper. That's broken out of its ascending triangle, looking good. I was hoping we wouldn't get to the top. We didn't. The wrong one. If we'd got to the top on copper, you can see I sound a little unslept and frantic. I didn't have a lot of sleep last night or the night before because I've been trying to hedge, unhedge, and trade some of these moves, looking for these big bottoms. These could be setting up for a rally into the end of the year like you've never seen. And there's going to be a chance to make hay while the sun shines, or it might be a damp squib and nothing happens from now until the end of the year. We just range, or we're going to have a free fall November, December. It's possible too, but I do think that the hedge fund is going to prevent that. Lots of people looking for year-end bonuses, and a lot of the rally in the NASDAQ and the S&P was missed out on by hedge funds. I don't know what's going on. I know there's a lot of jitters. NVDA earnings were fantastic, but look what happened the very next day. We gapped up and gapped out. No, gapped up and collapsed down on NVIDIA after those fantastic earnings. And we saw the same on across the board here, really. Particularly the NASDAQ. NASDAQ got such a good boost this morning. But look where it turned around, at the 20-period moving average. This is looking bearish, folks. If we don't hold here today, I will unhedge my positions, exit, and start looking for shorts across the board. NASDAQ, S&P, German 30. But I'm hoping we'll hold. Look at them, turned down off the 20-day moving average. There again, the green line. Yesterday, turned down off the 20. Another 3% drop. So massive moves in the market, guys. And if you're not worried, if you're not too sure about how to go about it, please don't lose all your money. Please don't do that. Come and join us in the private group. We're talking about gold, silver, metals. So short on copper, short on gold, long on silver. Going to have to, if these all move down, going to have to do something with the silver trade. If they all move up, I'm going to have to do something with the copper and the gold trade. I think the copper trade will trade separately, short on copper. That looks good, actually. Got some resistance to get through. Look at path B. That's my first sort of objective, is to get down there to about 4.5, 4.6, something like that. Let's look at NatGas now. We're short very quickly. If you're in my private group, please, once again, people got chopped up trying to sell natural gas into a massive rally. Don't do it. We're now finally short. We've been long the whole time, and now we're short. At the top, we came up through along a beautiful trend line, broke the trend line, broke the 20-day, retested the trend line from underneath. We got short again on the second retest. It's overbought. Look at the stochastic, look at the RSI. In fact, let's just throw that up here, just in case you don't believe me. Let's just put up a standard 14-period RSI. Put that on the chart. You'll see, okay, not on this chart, quite near the top, actually. Yeah, well, it's near the top. But look, we've got RSI divergence. We've got stochastic divergence, too. If you don't know what divergence is, go to Investopedia. That's called divergence. We've got lower lows on the RSI, higher highs on the price chart. Classic divergence. We're at the top of that now. Should be moving down. So we're short on natural gas. Also short on oil. WTI, not trading Brent crude. WTI short at that arrow again at the 50-day moving average. Moving down. Retested 3 times. Now, once, twice where we got short. 3 times there. Moving down. At support now. Got to get down below. Target 55 and then $50. Maybe 52. On WTI oil. And then very quickly, just to finish off on softs and grains, still long on sugar, turned up nicely, trying to get through the channel top, looking good. Yeah, I like that one very much. And I'm also long on corn. Corn fell off a bit yesterday, not sure why, but just generally as the dollar strengthened overall, some of the other stuff fell off, as you saw across the board. And then finally, we've got a bid on the ZAR, on the dollar ZAR. I'm still long on this one. Double smiley face bottom. There's the big double bottom, and there's the double bottom within the double bottom, and the fake breakdown through the support level, through that double bottom, recovery. We're still under the 50 and the 20 and the 100 and the 200. We've got to get through those on the day chart. Target for this one, right back to the top at 20 rands to the US dollar. Very weak looking chart over here. This is gold, Bitcoin. This is the one that should keep you up at night. It's broken down through the trend line and through the triangle, etc. However, we'll leave it there for now, because we may come down, retest it from underneath, something like this. Let me finish off with this. Bitcoin gold, we're going to do something like this, probably something like that, or we'll do the opposite, and we'll get back into this level and keep moving up. Let's make that one green. And the reason I think that we might, just might, find support here is if I draw a horizontal right across the page at the current line or price over there. You can see we're at local support to the left-hand side here. A fairly significant one, actually. Not local, not that local. This was last year. So that's where we are. Are we going to fall through, do something like that, or are we going to follow the green line? Folks, it's Friday. Have a great day. I don't think there's anything else to discuss here. Let's go back to Bitcoin and see what's happening. Are we going to bounce out of here today? This is the 4-hour chart. Trying in my blob. Let's last look at this chart. I'll tell you why I think it's a good zone. I'm going to look at the weekly chart. Apart from the stochastic, the RSI, let's get rid of that. You've seen the... Look at the weekly RSI, by the way. That's going to be oversold very soon. By the end of this week, if we close down here, we will be oversold for the first time on the weekly chart since 2020, since 2022. So a massive move, and that is going to happen if we don't bounce today. And even if we do bounce today, it might still print an oversold condition on the weekly RSI. Finally, weekly chart, we've come into the 786. There's the 100-week moving average, 786, bottom of the skinny channel. Looks like a bull flag. Let's go to the day chart, zoom in. I'm finishing right now. Bottom of the channel at the 786 fib. Look at the day RSI, incredibly overbought. And then finally, oversold rather. Finally, on the 4-hour chart, that was the 4-hour chart, sorry. I was trying to look at the day chart. Yeah, that's the day chart. And the 4-hour chart, very, very similar. and that's the zone, that's the action zone, that's where it's all happening. This will decide. This candle most probably will decide the fate of Bitcoin. Have a great weekend, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's been rushed, it's been hoarse, it's been hoary, it's been weird, but I wanted to get it out to you fast. And on Sunday night, I will be doing a live stream. Please come and join me, because we will know how this week has finished off. And there are certain things that I'll be able to determine by Sunday that I cannot determine now, and I'll have a lot more data to sift through as we're getting data coming out through the US. So make sure to join me on Sunday night. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to join the channel. Make sure to join my private group. Don't lose money. Take care. Speak to you soon.